All right, so I think the stream thing about things ready to go though. So hello everybody, ZardX here, back at it again to give y'all another very exciting video. And for today marks the 4th episode of my ZardCast series. And you know, I usually never do these things alone. At least I try not to, because with me tonight, Sanikyu, which I think he just got home recently. He's going through, you know, eating the munchies and all that stuff, getting clean, whatever though. So yeah, so it's gonna be a little bit before he pops up in here though, but he should be popping up in here momentarily at any moment though. So I just gotta, you know, solo this out for the meantime until he's able to kind of get up into the fray though. But quite a bit of topics to actually go through and discuss through tonight. And man, a lot has happened honestly since the last time I had the episode 3 podcast. I mean, quite a bit of stuff. We had a Nintendo Direct, we had a State of Play, shoot, and then you know with the Nintendo Direct we know there's a Sakurai Present. Then we had a Pokemon Present that dropped a few more games on that. Some stuff that we're able to look forward to in 2020. Then we even got some little pop culture segments that I wanted to go through and discuss as well. Like we got some like new trailers on like a Mortal Kombat movie, and things such as also a Cruella de Vil one from Disney Plus. So I mean, honestly, I certainly was not expecting that. Some more reboots, which we know with kids shows back in the days, they always like to go back and try to reboot them many times. Oftentimes they don't normally do it well. Got some stuff like that. And then I actually managed to go through and actually watch the new Tom and Jerry movie last night, and I kind of want to go ahead and give some thoughts over it as well. Then also on the gaming side of things, had some new games that came out this week. Persona 5 Strikers. I also had Bravely Default 2. I was going to mention a couple of things about those, but we'll probably get more into the details and topics maybe within the next episode podcast. And then the major topic I wanted to talk about tonight was my personal experience with Bowser's Fury. I'm almost all the way done with beating it, but I played enough of the game, and in terms of completion, like almost if you were thinking about it in the grand scale of like 100%, over 50% of the way there though. So I think I have enough experience with the games to be able to go ahead and pretty much almost get my whole entire thoughts on it. So that's basically some of the stuff. I don't think I managed to touch everything, but those are some of the good key highlights. Also some Final Fantasy 7 stuff I'm going to talk about as well. That's probably the last little major highlight though. So quite a bit of stuff to talk about tonight though, and I was hoping I could have delayed it just enough and Sonic pop up in here though, but I just gotta move on, and he'll pop up in here in just a second though. So the very first thing we have to talk about is none other than this Mortal Kombat movie. Now with this movie, honestly, I did not I mean, we had a lot of different video game adaptations happening, from Resident Evil. We had Detective Pikachu. We had the Mario movie coming up. Sonic the Hedgehog. We already had the first movie. The second one's in the works, coming out in 2022 for that. Quite a bit of different video game adaptations, but never had I ever would have thought that we might have gotten a Mortal Kombat movie, because we know how gruesome, if you ever played a Mortal Kombat game where you play it on the dirt old N64, almost in the most recent things with most modern consoles now, the blood, the gore, all the brutality and stuff like that that's in those games, you just think like that would be pretty crazy to translate into the actual movie. Now granted, they actually did make a movie about this in the past. I never sat down and fully watched the whole thing though, but you know how it was watching video game adaptation movies back in the past. They weren't necessarily that good though. But from this trailer, and honestly I had no idea about it until one of my friends pointed it out though, but from what they showcased off in that trailer, it looks pretty good. I mean, I really like my boy Sub-Zero over there. So when I saw him in the trailer, I was like, all right, I see you, Mortal Kombat. I see you. And some really good stuff like that. And we knew with this movie, there's no way that you could pull it off with being PG-13. So the movie is rated R because all that blood and stuff. And there was just absolutely no way you're going to be able to slide or sneak by up on that, though. So honestly, some really good stuff that was showcased off in that trailer, though. And y'all got to let me down in the comment section down below whether or not you're actually going to see this in theaters, or is this going to be like a movie that you might actually wait until DVDs, or you might be one of those people that might be on the fence. Maybe you're one of those people that are probably going to wait until reviews actually come out before turning around and actually either deciding to look at your wallet and say, you know what, I'm actually going to make the trip out to the theater, through the COVID and everything and try to go watch this one, or you're just going to wait until DVD. Hopefully there might be an option where you might be able to actually sit at home and be able to watch it. Like I know HBO Max had quite a bit of their stuff, or at least from the Warner Brothers side of things, where you're able to actually watch it from home. So that would be a really nice little thing if that would be the case, though. But this is something we'll have to keep an eye out on, and hopefully, if the trend manages to stay up in terms of being able to watch essentially any of these video game adaptation movies, hopefully this stays on the up and up. Because I mean, since Detective Pikachu has dropped, I hadn't seen a bad video game adaptation movie though. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we managed to get this one pulled off. They managed to pull this one off just right though. But I am sort of kind of looking forward to watching this movie though. So that's basically all I have to say on the Mortal Kombat thing. We'll see if Sanikyu, whenever he does pop back up in here, if he has 2 cents to say on this though. But that's basically all I have to say on the Mortal Kombat movie. Now, the second thing that we had a trailer for was none other than Cruella de Vil. Whole freaking shoot. I honestly was not expecting this at all for this movie. Like I literally had a friend, and I ain't gonna disclose, his stuff or information or whatever though, but he sort of kind of gave you a heads up that this Cruella de Vil movie was gonna get a trailer drop case off on the very next day. And I was like, really now? I'm like, okay. I was like, you know how it is with these Disney movies, it's sort of kind of mixed. Like some people really like them, some people really don't, and it sort of kind of goes back and forth though. So honestly, it's like, I just don't know exactly what was I gonna expect with this trailer. And after I watched the trailer, I kid you not, gosh dang, I feel like this is Disney's version of a Harley Quinn. Like Cruella de Vil, when you look at the original 101 Dalmatians or 102 Dalmatians, she's like the crazy villain, like Ursula from The Little Mermaid, or Jafar from Aladdin. She just seems like your typical normal sort of kind of crazy, a little more crazy than the normal crazy villain that sort of kind of related with the 101 Dalmatian series though. But with this one, it's almost sort of kind of like with I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say it's sort of kind of like gosh, I can't even think of the name of the movie right now. I was like, I'm picturing her up, literally the first thing that had a Disney adaptation that was real life. Oh my gosh, I have it on the top of my head, but I can't actually think of it at the moment though. It's gonna come back to me a little bit later though. But I feel like this one is like we're getting purely a movie soloed on her. She could be a very interesting character though, but the way how they sort of kind of portrayed her, she definitely seemed like a Harley Quinn version that the superhero DC universe they try to build up for her, because she goes completely off the wall. Like it looks like she's trying to, we know that she does some illegal activity with the Dalmatian, trying to get that, Dalmatian fur coat and everything like that. No, but she was doing some crazy stuff, almost made it seem like she got into prison and all of this stuff, like out in the street looking crazy. Like the picture I got right up here right now seems like the calmer side of her, but there were some crazier shots in that movie. I was like, is this actually rated PG-13? Like I think Disney was really pushing this movie by quite a bit, and I was like, whole freaking shoot. Like I didn't think we would ever kind of get a movie like that would have been almost pushing it in terms of the perception of how we sort of kind of portray these things. Like, I don't think anybody in their right mind actually asked for this movie. I certainly wasn't. I wasn't expecting this, but it's going to be something. And I don't know whether or not I actually will go to the theater to actually watch this when the movie comes out. It'll be definitely something I will watch regardless, just to see how it kind of turned out. But it'll probably be something I'll have to see on DVD whenever that movie does drop out. But y'all just got to let me know. I'm just sort of kind of flabbergasted. I still cannot get my mind wrapped around it. I'm like, oh shoot. Man, I'm still kicking myself because I still can't think of that other movie. Basically, Maleficent. Whole freaking shoot. I knew it started with an M, but yes, okay, so Maleficent. This is like the Maleficent version of instead of, you know, dealing with that with Sleeping Beauty and all of this stuff, they're trying to do it with 101 Dalmatians, the Maleficent version, but they're pumping in a whole bunch of Harley Quinn up in there. That's what this movie basically is. Put those two together, and that's what you're sort of kind of getting with the premises on this one, though. So honestly, some really crazy stuff right here within this trailer, though. But y'all gotta let me know. Are y'all really excited about looking for this, or it's just another you know, Disney's just milking another movie, just trying to get people's money. I just don't know. Now, the next topic is going to be about Draft Punk. However, I'm going to put that one off because I know Sanikyu wants to actually talk about that in probably greater detail. So I'll skip over that one for now and see if I can manage to come back to it a little bit later on, though. Now, the next thing I want to say is, here we go again with those reboots, because apparently the Rugrats movie is actually getting rebooted. Or not the Rugrats movie, but the Rugrats series. I'm like, what the heck? I was like, I guess the art style sort of kind of works, because it just feels like the 3D version of what was like the 2D animation from back in the day. Just watching that stuff on Nickelodeon, though. Would I watch it? I might just have to watch one just to see how they kind of deal with this, though. Wouldn't be probably anything I would consistently watch, but I'll just probably watch at least one. If it manages to catch my interest, maybe a couple more, just to kind of see how well they actually managed to do this sort of kind of reboot, or whether or not they just tank it completely and it just sort of kind of just kind of gets trashed or whatnot, though. So I definitely got to see exactly how that one kind of gets turned out, though. But y'all gotta let me know, is that gonna be a show that you're really looking forward to, or probably not? I'm very skeptical about this as a whole. Like, I just honestly do not know. I really don't know. Now, the next one, now this is a Nickelodeon announcement I'm kind of excited for, but also dreary for at the same time, because apparently Nickelodeon opened up a whole new studio that's based purely for creating things that's relating with Avatar. Now, we know with Avatar, there's two main series, Avatar: The Last Airbender, the good series, and then you have The Legend of Korra, which I still liked it, but it's not nearly as good or nearly holds up as well as, you know, the OG Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now, honestly, I've been really wanting some brand new content for years. I mean, years, in terms of what they've been showcasing off within these series. I did like, even though Legend of Korra did rub some people a little bit the wrong way, I do remember that season 2 being really good in terms of explaining how the first Avatar was actually born, and how the Avatar state was created, and every other Avatar after that was able to bend all the 4 different elements. So I really do like little things that they explain within that, though. But the big question is, even though they're creating this Avatar Studios, what could essentially come from it? Now, I have a feeling that they are going to be putting, or at least the first thing is going to be relating something with Aang, and I sort of kind of want something that's in between the Avatar: The Last Airbender and the Legend of Korra, like that middle age life. Like, I feel like they could stick in some kind of other crisis that happened during his middle age life, maybe closer when he was like a young adult, maybe 20 something like that, almost the age of almost the age of Korra, but maybe a little bit older, something that happened during that time frame before Korra kind of came around, though. That's my biggest hope on that, though. But a lot of good news with this, but also very skeptical. Again, this is not like a live adaptation on this, even though we knew that there was sort of kind of live adaptation with Netflix kind of going on. I don't remember exactly, what was the status on that, though, but this is purely for an animated series. So I'm like, okay, at least we don't have to worry about that from that point perspective, though. But in terms of the rest of it, I'm like, okay. I was like, I just want to have hope. Like, please, Nickelodeon, please do something right. You did a lot of different reboots and all of this kind of stuff. Some people, some meh, but please do not, and I mean do not, mess up my Avatar series, man. Like, that's just the one thing that I felt like they hadn't completely trashed or thrown over in terms of everything else from every older show I known and grown up from the 90s and 2000s onward up. Like, just please, just get this sucker right. Like, please, I just like, please, you got to do it. You got to do it, Nickelodeon. You just got to do it. Now, that's basically all I have to say on the Avatar Studios related thing. But if any of y'all are an Avatar fan, y'all got to let me know. Are you really excited about this? Or are you on the fence? or you're just so, skeptical on it that you're just like, I just don't know until we get to see or at least hear more information on this project as time goes by. So y'all just gotta let me know about all of that though. Now one of the last couple of different announcements is I actually got to watch the Tom and Jerry movie. And you know what? It's something I definitely have to give a sort of a little mini review on, because honestly, I watched that last night, and thanks to, HBO Max being able to actually showcase that, where you're able to watch it on that service as comparison to actually going to the theater. So I got to watch it, at the good at home, watching it in my little mini theater room. Got to pop the popcorn, drink the soda. I almost had the full, 9 yards kind of going up in my joint though. But this one, I was like, now some people, and I know some people were in the reviews are very critical on this, because the way how this sort of kind of movie is handled, it's very similar in the way of movies such as Space Jam or Roger Rabbit. So a lot of people were sort of kind of making comparison to those and saying that it wasn't living up to that. And I was like, you know what, me personally, I know it's not going to live up to the hype as one of those kind of movies. That's just crazy. But as long as they can do some crazy animation with some good interaction with the real world items and the world that's sort of kind of going on around them, it'll just be a good sit and a fun watch. And you know what I gotta say? I was like, it was a good watch. I don't know if I would like immediately turn around and watch it again or nothing like that though. Maybe some point in the distant future I'll watch it again though. But it was a nice little fun watch, just watching it for the very first time. And I was like, okay, yeah. Because essentially what the movie is sort of kind of based upon is, you have this one girl, and most of the plot revolved around her, and then obviously Tom and Jerry though. Tom's over here just kind of rocking on the piano or whatnot though. Jerry happens to be moving into the Big Apple, basically taking place in the Big Apple. And basically Jerry's trying to find his whole new home. And he was like, okay. And he sort of kind of messed with Tom a little bit though. And that caused them to, play cat and mouse all the way to where this big old hotel was going to be happening. And essentially they had like a very popular couple that were going to get married, had millions, and probably millions and millions of dollars. And they were in the hotel, and they were supposed to basically have their whole entire wedding, their wedding there within the hotel itself though. Now, of course, having something pretty fancy like that, and something super pristine, and something supposed to be super nice and elegant, and then you introduce Tom and Jerry to the equation, things just weren't gonna fly. There were some pretty noticeable actors in here. I think the one that most people will probably recognize is the one dude that literally plays as Scott, or Ant-Man's one of his best friends within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. His friend is actually in this movie. The dude that's really funny and whatnot though. He's in here, and I think he almost played almost like a sort of kind of a pseudo antagonist. He wasn't full bad or nothing like that though, but when things weren't going his way, then he sort of kind of tried to, manipulate and make certain things kind of bend to his will though. But of course, Tom and Jerry are definitely the stars of the show. And I love so many different moments that they did. Like even the first little bit of the montage of, how they roll the credits through the very beginning. Honestly, it was just little things, I think, with Tom and Jerry and their little interactions. It was from him hitting, or with Jerry kind of holding his hand kind of in a cuff and acting like it was staring at something in his hand, and then balling it up and punching Tom in the eye. Things like that. Or whenever Tom was trying to smack him, and then Jerry's trying to do these funny little dance poses or whatever, just barely dodging right before. Had few little teases to, if you watch any of the Tom and Jerry cartoons, had little teases here and there, almost spread throughout the whole entire movie though, but it was very strong towards the very beginning, so it kind of started off a really good start. And I'm not going to try to spoil the whole entire movie though, but just the movie as a whole, I did like it. It was a good watch. It was good fun. Got a few little chuckles out of me here and there. Not a crazy, insane plot. There are some very somewhat sort of kind of predictable moments, at least, that happen within this movie though. But honestly, you just got to keep your mind open, just kind of sit back, just be along with the ride. If you're a fan of just watching the cartoons, I'm pretty sure you're going to like this. And the animations that they did throughout multiple different parts during this movie was pretty crazy and pretty top notch. if I had to say so myself, I think that was the thing that was constantly kind of bringing me back up in there. Just seeing multiple different fight scenes between these two whenever things were kind of duking it out. I mean, of course, you had your obvious little moments where, you know, when Tom's trying to contemplate whether or not he's going to do something against Jerry or try to help him out, and you have obviously the angel on one side and the devil or whatever on the other side. Though, you know, there was a little bit of teasers about everything within this movie though, so honestly some really good stuff that was in this movie. I really loved almost every single moment of it though. But if you're thinking about it or contemplating, you know, should you watch this movie, if you have HBO Max, I highly recommend you just watching it, because I mean, most nights you might just be chilling trying to find something to do. I mean, goodness, you might want to go ahead and just watch this movie if you do. Now, if you're thinking about going to the movie theaters and you don't have HBO Max, well, that might be a little bit different, and you're going to have to make that judgment call yourself. Speaking from that angle, you might just want to wait until the DVD comes out, just saying though. But yeah, that's basically what I have to say on that though. So if you can, if you're able to, and you're willing to spend the money, if you don't already have HBO Max, I do recommend it. If not, you know, just wait until it comes out on DVD though. But at least for me, it was a very fun and pleasant watch. Really good and really fun. But if any of y'all has, you know, seen this movie, I guess without sort of kind of giving away any kind of spoilers, y'all can just let me know down in the chat or the comments below. What do you think about this movie though? Or if you have any questions about it, I might be able to actually respond to some of your stuff maybe a little bit later. You know, if you want to hear a little bit more about my thoughts about it beyond what I just said within this one little segment though. Now that almost pretty much about does it in terms of my mini review over Tom and Jerry though. Now the next thing there's only one more actual pop culture segment that I wanted to discuss, and gosh, Sanikyu running real late, so I'm like, oh shoot, I guess I'll sort of kind of hold it off, because I know a little bit about it, but not too much about, you know, the breakup between Draft Punk, because I know like there was like one particular kind of song that they sort of kind of did back in or golly, I'm trying to think of shoot. You want to get lucky. You want to get lucky. Like that song right there, that one was always hitting with me. These people had been together for the longest time, had a very strong presence within the musical industry like that. And I won't say too much more beyond that, because oh shoot, I think I summoned him. I think I summoned him. Sanikyu, what's going on, man?
It's all good.
Man, it's like the
Everything's all good. Can't complain.
It's like the second I mentioned Draft Punk and all this stuff, then that's when you want to decide to pop up in here. I mean, your timing is a little uncanny.
Draft what?
I was like, the second that I mentioned Draft Punk, then you wanted to pop up in there. Draft.
Well, wait. Oh, it's not Draft Punk, it's Daft Punk.
Why I keep saying Draft Punk? Daft Punk. Shoot. Forgive me.
You wrote it down as Draft Punk.
You know what? That might have been autocorrect doing that for me. I should have double or even triple checked it. Daft Punk. Golly, I don't know why. It was just correcting it on my end. But since I'm already at the topic, you might as well go ahead and explain what you got to say about the breakup.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll let you take it away.
I can't hear you, man.
Oh, wait, hold on. I said I'll let you take it away for the Daft Punk.
Oh.
Wait, are you still able to hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah. I said go ahead and start talking about your experience with Daft Punk and whatever you want to say about that breakup.
Alright, so I was youngin' back in the ye olden days of YouTube, and one of the first videos I ever saw was, and I'm like, wait, what's going on? So he starts moving his fingers, and each word would say, you know, the lyrics to the song, and like, oh, that's a cool song. It wasn't until like later till I find out, oh, it's Daft Punk. Then I started listening to all their other music, and like, whoa, this I can jam to.
Yeah, because I think the only one I'm able to pull off of the top of my mind was like Get Lucky, That's the like when I heard them mention that as like one of the examples, I was like, oh, okay, I got you. But I don't know
Yeah,
exactly how many other ones I listened
these
to.
these two French robots became international, like just like global, like around the world. It's literally one of their songs.
I don't think I heard that
Yeah.
one.
I don't know, like when I saw that they broke up, dang,
Ugh,
we never got that Daft Punk Gorillas crossover.
bruh.
Yeah, it's a shame because I really like those two bands, and Gorillas is still going on.
Mm-hmm.
But, but yeah,
It
I
always.
saw the last video they uploaded on their channel. It was literally one of them blowing up and the other one just walking into the sunset.
Uh,
And actually, yeah, and that was like when one of our reference to like one of the older videos.
huh.
Forget what it was though.
Yeah. You know the old quote goes, "All good things must come to an end."
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So yeah, some really good music right there. Just never forget. Just never forget. Now I don't know exactly how much you heard of some of the other pop culture things. Like if you wanted to say something about the Mortal Kombat movie or the Cruella de Vil things, I gave my thoughts on them. I didn't know if you wanted to say anything about that, the Rugrats, Avatar, whatever.
For the Mortal Kombat movie, it looks really good. It's very promising. However, they messed up on one thing. Well, two things, but I don't know about the second thing. One, when Scorpion said "Get over here," it was not Ed Boon yelling it. I don't know. Like you have to have like the creator yell it because that's the iconic "Get over here."
Uh huh.
And then the second thing for Mortal Kombat, I don't know. It's just personally me, but the original one had like that techno music. Mortal Kombat. Then the music plays.
Mm-hmm.
I swear they have to at least reference that in the movie.
I feel like there's gonna be so many things for people that want to have reference. However, I feel like they're only gonna manage to get so much in there. I don't know, me personally thinking about it.
And then for the Cruella de Vil trailer, meh, like I didn't really like care much about it, but when I saw when I saw her, she just reminded me of Harley Quinn, but like the Disney version of Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was like,
But,
this. Yeah, it literally is. Like they took Maleficent and it's like, you know what? Let's just add like a whole bunch of Harley Quinn formula, but do it with the 102 Dalmatians antagonists. I'm like, golly, like I just can't believe they did that. I was kind of shocked.
those are my thoughts on that.
All right, is
I
that?
don't know that much to say.
And I think the only other things I mentioned was like the Rugrats reboot, the Avatar studios, and the Tom and Jerry thing. I gave like a mini review on my Tom and Jerry movie experience.
Well, I can't say much about Tom and Jerry, but the Rugrats thing, they should just leave it alone. Just leave Rugrats alone. It's like, all right, you don't need to like touch up on it or reboot or anything. Leave it alone.
Bro.
Avatar Studio, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Avatar Studios, I really hope that they're. I feel like the matter of fact that they actually said it's animation, it's not like live action and whatnot, though, gives me a bit of hope. That's all I got to say.
Well,
I have to wait.
it better not be live action.
No, they confirmed it was an animated studio, so it's like probably get
Oh,
something pretty
oh, so
cool.
it's not gonna be
Yeah,
live action.
no, even though there was a project that was supposed to be a live action thing, I don't know what happened with that with the Netflix thing, but this whole Avatar Studios thing, no, that's purely for an animation department that Nickelodeon owns.
Well, as long as it's not live action, like that movie that was like the worst one ever made.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that movie. Don't even get me started on that movie. Holy shoot. I was like, I remember I was so hyped as a
It,
kid,
it
but then it's
looked
like when you
it
actually
looked
saw it, I was like,
so
no.
it felt so cheap, like so cheap.
Oh, it really was.
That's like the only way I can describe it. Cheap.
It was because I was like, I remember the Earth bending. It was like literally like I don't know what they got the
I'm
prop
thinking of
up
Rock.
is like rocks and like managed to actually like make something that just popped up out of the ground and kind of went back down. The fire bending was probably the most convincing because I feel like you can get people with flamethrowers. That was probably the most convincing. And then
Nah, but like
waterbender was
that kind of
completely off.
destroys the whole point of firebending
I know.
because they have to breathe to like put the fire, like to shoot fire from their hands. Them just like grabbing fire, that makes them like super weak compared to like to the other ones in the show or in the movie, I mean.
Yeah, I was just saying like in terms of fire compared to water, air, and earth, the fire just looked a little more convincing, even though just it wasn't like drastically convincing like what you said. Just because it's probably easier to
It,
mess with fire than a
it
little bit of
looked
other
weak.
stuff. Yeah. I can't even remember the airbending to be honest, and the water bending, that's probably all CG. But yeah, so hopefully that turns out good. I really hope so, because I'm kind of hungry for some new I'm hungry for some new Avatar content. I've been wanting that stuff for years, so here's hoping it
And
turns
like
out good.
Korra was all right for like the first season, and I just did
No,
not care for like the other
no, you
seasons.
must have liked season two too. You can't say you didn't like season two. Season two explained about the whole
Well,
Avatar state and how that was created with the first Avatar. Like I thought season one to season two was really good. Then people sort of kind of felt mixed season three onward.
yeah, I
So,
don't know. I just stopped. I just did not care to watch it anymore.
yeah. So yeah, that's
Not with like the original Avatar. That show was good.
oh yeah, that's just top tier, man. It's just top tier. You can't beat it, man. You just can't beat it.
Mm-mm.
All right, and that pretty much does it in terms of the whole pop culture segment. So quite a bit of pretty good, a little bit of news, some shocking news, and nothing really disappointing, I guess. The closest thing to that might have been the Rugrats thing, though, but some pretty good pop culture stuff. Now let's go ahead and switch over to the gaming stuff because this week we had a Nintendo Direct. If you hadn't already done so, I already got like a video that literally like deep dived into all my thoughts up in it. Unfortunately, me and Sanikyu went and discussed the thing as well on the night of whenever the direct actually took place. Unfortunately, that one got messed up due to some technical reasons and me trying to mess with music and stuff like that. And if you wanted to watch that one, you can actually go to my deep dive discussion in the description box. You can actually click on the link because it's unlisted as a video. You can click on that and be able to still listen to it. Just be warned, you're going to have to play with your audio settings and be really patient in order to try to make out the words that I'm saying and what Sanikyu was saying, though. But, oh shoot, man, that was a direct right there, though. But all the thoughts are basically in those couple of videos, though. But did you have anything else that you need to say, Sanikyu, or anything that you got to digest from this direct, or any other future stuff that we learned about any of these things that you also wanted to add?
Uh, Pre-ordering stuff was a chaos. Was just
Oh,
chaotic.
oh shoot! I need to mention. Oh, correct.
You had to like you
Oh,
had to pre-order. I'm not talking about me, but I'm talking about you, Zar. You pre-ordered from so many different stores, and now you're gonna have to like drive back and forth. Like where? Like to another city? Was it?
I noticed it. Okay, so let me break this mess down. So originally, the direct happened on the Wednesday. So the very next thing on the Thursday, that's when the stuff started hitting and dropping. I think the first thing that went up, I want to say, was the Pro controller at Best Buy for the Monster Hunter Rise Pro controller. So I was on Discord with all y'all, and I was trying to share out to all my friends when certain stuff was dropping because I was usually the one that always figured out first. Then all the rest of y'all would figure out basically almost primarily through me, unless for some reason I didn't say something, then y'all figured out. But usually I'm always the first person to figure this mess out because of the people who I follow and stuff. And I usually I know how to work the system when it comes to pre-ordering stuff that normally likes to get bought out real quick. Like my amiibo hunting days, they taught me well. They just taught me real well though. So that Monster Hunter Rise Pro controller was the first thing to drop at on Best Buy. I was literally at work, literally working in the back, and I got the notification. I was like, oh shoot, it's going down. And I sent it out to all y'all. That controller sold out in an hour at Best Buy. And then I think later on, I think it opened up at GameStop, and I think it lasted an hour over there. Then the second thing, I think literally on the same day or the very next day, the Monster Hunter Rise Switch dropped. And it almost seemed like what the information you were sharing, Sanikyu, that it was going to be GameStop only. And I was like, stinking GameStop over here. I was like,
For like the longest time.
yeah, for the longest time, it was only just at GameStop. So I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna roll the dice. I need a new Switch. I really wanted the Monster Hunter one. Let me just go ahead and get it. I got it. Thankfully, I got it, and I think it was up for maybe like somewhere between 1 and 2 hours, and then the thing sold out. And I was like, oh shoot. And for the longest time, it did not go up after that. And then obviously the very last thing was the Skyward Sword Joy-Cons. I think that was the hardest thing to get.
That it was
It
like
really was.
I think GameStop sold out in like 10 minutes, was it? Or was it less? I know it was like a short time when they sold out.
I know I tweeted the stats on certain things that were selling out. I can't remember if I'm able to pull it up though, but yeah, because I think the Skyward Sword Joy-Cons, they were up. No. First, they went up at Best Buy. Best Buy is usually between Best Buy and GameStop are the ones that always drop the stuff first. 8 times out of 10 is usually Best Buy. And with the Skyward Sword and Joy-Cons, that was the case. So they were up, kid you not, at Best Buy for like somewhere between 10 to 12 minutes. I think it was 12.
Out first.
No, it was Best Buy. It was Best Buy.
No.
Oh wait, or was it GameStop?
Like, they
oh
lost,
no. You're right. It was GameStop.
Yeah, it was GameStop because like
GameStop.
I tweeted I didn't tweet. I tagged you and Chode. Remember?
I do remember that. At GameStop, I think it lasted for like maybe half an hour. It was significantly longer than whenever it went up at Best Buy. So yeah, it lasted for a while, and I was able to make the judgment call if I wanted to or not. I was like, no, GameStop already got my money on the Monster Hunter Rise Switch. I do not want to give GameStop any more money than what I actually have to. So I said, you know what? I'll wait for Best Buy. I literally was at work working. I checked my notifications. The thing was up for 12 minutes and saying, "Hey, the Joy-Cons are up at Best Buy." I was like, "Oh, okay. Let me go ahead and pre-order this mess." I was like literally like in like the back of the store, like hunched over by some wood or something like that, trying to get this stuff pre-ordered on my phone and figure out that sucker sold out in 12 minutes at Best Buy. I was like, bro, I was so upset. I was like, bruh. I was like,
at that point, the scalpers were just like being ready for Best Buy, then they didn't like pay attention to GameStop going up first.
Yeah, because once GameStop went up, it was a signal flare that get ready because all the rest of the retailers about to slowly drop out. So then they were already hunched over Best Buy's website, and the second that sucker went up, it was gone. I know some people got it, some people didn't. I was upset.
I'm just waiting for Amazon to go up so I can just pre-order there and then just cancel the ones I have at GameStop.
Yeah,
because I do have Amazon Prime.
Yeah, it'll be good for whichever ones you have benefits for. And then I was thinking,
I can wait. It's just that I just wanted to see if I can get them like the day of instead of just a few days later.
That is true. Yeah, I mean, get them as close as what you possibly can because that's how I felt like with the Switch. But I wasn't done with that Joy-Cons though because I was like, I ain't gonna quit. And I know some people. And some other people were like mocking me, like, this is what you get for getting that Yoshi Crafted World for like $30. I was like, boy, please. I was like, no, I don't give a.
What game was that?
Yoshi's. I said Yoshi's Crafted World. I meant to say
Yoshi's Crappy World.
No,
did you say Yoshi's Crappy World?
I said Crafted, but no, that's not even the game I was meant to talk about.
Heard Crappy.
Oh shoot, Mario popped up in there. Man, how's it going?
Yeah, he's been here. I didn't think you'd. He's been here.
Doing something else I cannot say. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we were explaining about some stuff that was happening with pre-order stuff from the Direct. So I was explaining with the Joy-Cons and stuff. So I was like, no, just because I got that $4.20. I remember that stuff. $4.20, Captain Toad at Walmart. I was not going to give up on these Joy-Cons. So I was like, no, mock me all you want, but I'm getting these Joy-Cons. The days went on. Thursday went into Friday. Friday went into Saturday. Saturday went into Sunday. Sunday went into Monday. It was either Monday or Tuesday. I was almost losing hope. I almost saw the distant right. I saw the clouds on the horizon. I was like, the sun has gone up and the sun has gone down. Maybe I just missed out on something that was glorious, epic. Alexis, my boy over there, managed to get the Joy-Cons. I sadly did not. He even managed to get 2 sets of Joy-Cons and said he's giving the other one to his brother. I felt real bad. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I looked down at my weary phone and I saw the notification and it popped down from Nintendo and it said, the Joy-Cons are up. They are up. They're the Zelda Joy-Cons. They're up at Target. Get them now. I swiped that thing down so fast. I ran that to the break room. I was like, no, I'm not losing this one. I was like, forget GameStop. I'm so sorry, Best Buy. I wasn't able to get it from you, but Target, no, you're going to have to be my dude for the day. And I got them Joy-Cons and I felt so good. I was like, shoot. I wasn't able to do like in-store pickup because I guess something with the pre-ordering or something like that, the way how they relate, or the whole COVID thing, I guess, essentially. I wasn't able to get it in store, but I had it shipped to my house. I was like, you know what? Joy-Cons, they're just controllers. I'm willing to have them a couple of days later. So I was like, all right. And I won that battle.
For $25, then they will drift later on.
Sir, I'm probably literally only going to play use those Joy-Cons while I'm playing Skyward Sword. And after that, they're just probably going to be sitting attached to my Switch. Because I don't play my Switch in handheld mode that much. So I
do a lot.
Oh, you actually do?
I
Yeah. I mean, if they do drift, I can fix the Joy-Cons.
Well, you can.
It's actually pretty easy to do it by yourself. It only takes like 10 minutes to do, and that's it. It's not that hard.
Hmm.
You just need like a tri-link and a regular screwdriver. That's it. And then the part, like the joystick part, obviously.
Yeah, because I think most people aren't going to actually kind of go to the time to actually get the tri-wing screw and then try to order the part and actually mess with the
It's not that hard. You can get it on Amazon and you get it the next day. Like what happened to me.
Yeah, because I think just the normal, like the average consumer ain't really going to go through all those links. Like, think about it. A dad with like 2 or 3 kids, no, he ain't going to probably do that. But someone like you, more likely to kind of invest in the time to actually figure out how to do all of that stuff, though. But yeah, Mario, I do not think I'm going to play with those Zelda Joy-Cons, at least not that much. I'll play with them, look at them, and they're probably going to be a trophy, and they're just going to be sitting there attached to my Switch. That'll probably be it, to be honest. So yeah,
man, they're meant to be played. They're like shoes. You're supposed to wear them. That's why I wear my Mario shoes.
You actually wear them shoes, man?
Well, why would I have bought them if I wasn't going to wear them?
Sir, you're supposed to take the box and frame the box, and then you're supposed to take the shoes, clean them daily, clean them daily, clean them shoes daily. You gotta have that nice prime clean shoes, and put them in a trophy case, and you ain't supposed to touch them, because you know that stuff gonna have value like years later, man. And you don't wear them, and then you just kept them in top tier shape, man. You probably have like some expensive pair of shoes in the distant future, but no, you ain't gonna listen to this information back in this podcast because you're gonna wait. How much you pay for them shoes? What are they, like 100 something?
Yeah,
something like that.
Well, their shoes are supposed to be. You're supposed to wear them.
So yeah, they're probably gonna shoot up to $500. I'm gonna be like, you're like, you should have listened to me. You should have listened to Zard. I'm like, yeah, I try to tell you back.
I need shoes. I need a walk. I need something to walk in.
Get them cheap shoes from Walmart, from the $40 shoes, man, and then trophy up them 100s.
No, I already have them. I already have shoes,
bruh. All right,
gonna wear them.
So yeah, so that's about it on the Zelda Joy-Cons. And then, so I basically got everything pre-ordered at that point. I had the controller, I had the Monster Hunter Rise Switch, and I had the Zelda Joy-Cons. But I was like, you know what? Forget GameStop. I really did not want to get that Switch from them. And then
do you have the Monster Hunter game pre-ordered? Huh?
The Monster Hunter game comes with the actual Switch itself. So I always had it.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
So yeah.
Oh, well, you're good then.
Yeah. So then I was like, okay, I was basically good at that point. But then Best Buy said, hey, here's the Monster Hunter Rise Switch. Literally, that sucker went up at like 1:20 in the morning. It was sometime last week. I want to say it was maybe during the middle of the week, or I want to say Wednesday or Thursday or something like that. No, Friday. No, it went up on Friday morning at 1:20 in the morning. I was like, gosh dang it. Unfortunately, it sold out at my store, but it did manage to have some stock where you're able to pick it up at. a little city up north, and I was like, okay, you know what? I was able to kind of get it from there. I had to make like a 20-minute drive to head up north, but that's so much better getting it on launch day rather than having it being shipped from like GameStop, which we're gonna give it to me on Monday. So that was the game with the system, and I was like, bro, I don't want to do all that. So now that I got that from Best Buy, I'm good. I'm set. I got everything pre-ordered. I could throw that behind me. I feel good and complete. The only thing is, I think you getting them Joy-Cons at Amazon, and I think Alexis wants the Joy-Cons at Amazon.
Yeah.
But yeah, that pretty much does it. Wait, hold on here. So Mario, you didn't get them Zelda Joy-Cons?
I just don't feel like it's necessary.
Bro, nah. He a fake Zelda fan. Sanikyu, he a fake fan. He a fake fan.
He doesn't even like Zelda. He likes high school idols.
Oh no.
Bruh, do I have to remind you who bought the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Pro Controller?
You know
I
what?
bought it too.
You know what? Speaking of those Pro controllers, after I get the Monster Hunter Rise one and I had the Smash one, I might just say, you know what? Forget it. I might just go and collect all the other ones because I'm only missing 2 other ones. That would have been the Xenoblade 2 one and the Splatoon 2 one.
There's like 3 left on Amazon for $100.
And I was like, gosh dang. Even it's weird how they always say that, but I guess somehow they always manage to keep finding stock somewhere. I don't know. But basically, to get those other 2 controllers, it's like 100 a piece, and I'm like, golly, because originally I guess they sold for 75, so you're paying an extra 25. But yeah, that basically does it in terms of the pre-ordering fiasco that was related with that Nintendo Direct. And in terms of hearing our thoughts and discussions on the Direct, you can go back and watch those other videos on my channel though. But Mario, we didn't actually get to hear your thoughts on the Direct. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I guess it was alright. The only thing that got me hyped up was the Pyro reveal and Splatoon 3. That's just about it.
I figured that probably would have been the case for you. I kind of wanted to hear your reaction because I can imagine what it probably sounded like, but I just kind of wanted to hear it.
I was gonna scream out Pyro while I was working, but I can't because there are some people that could hear me.
You should have done it
Yeah,
anyway, man.
he had to stay quiet.
Nah, he didn't have to
Yeah.
stay quiet. He could have just yelled it out to the world, man.
Not at Amazon. They would have sniped him. They would have killed him.
Man, it was honestly a good thing I actually watched that at home, so I was able to capture my reaction for the Zelda stuff, Splatoon 3, and the Mithra Empire in Smash. Because whole shoot, I lost it. I probably wouldn't have even been able to keep my composure when Mithra was shown at work. I probably wouldn't have. Somebody would have been looking at me across the table crazy, and I would have been like, "Oh shoot, I knew I should have took it out to my car." But oh shoot, we got some really good stuff right there though. But I think that about does it in terms of that topic. So we might as well go ahead and move on to the other one, unless there's anything else to say.
Whoa. There's a trading card game for Konosuba.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I never thought they actually did cards,
I
but
never did.
Interesting,
I'm not getting that.
bruh. All right, and then the next thing we have is
All right, what do you want to say?
state of play. Because we got like a new state of play direct, or I always like to say direct, but they always call their things state of plays. We had another one of those presentations from Sony that was revealed this week. Honestly, I only came out of it with 3 major things. It's how they started it, how they threw something in the middle, and then basically how they ended it. They started it off with some Crash 4 stuff in terms of like having like next gen upgrades and stuff. And I was like, okay, that seems pretty nice and stuff. I was like, I still not like the hugest, biggest, Crash person or fan in the world though. So I was like, oh, okay, all right, whatever though. And then in the middle of their presentation, gosh dang, there was something in the middle of their presentation I think I liked. I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. It was sort of kind of like this sort of kind of game that like looked like almost anime-ish kind of related. It was something with that art style, something like that. I can't even remember the name of the thing. Gosh, I don't know. It's always something remembering the stuff that are up in their presentations though. But then the key critical thing at the very end, which that's the thing that most people all stepped away from, was the Final Fantasy VII Remake, next gen upgrade. which I know Mario here actually he's one of the only friends I know that actually has the PS5 at the moment. How the heck did you get your hands on one, or you just happen to get lucky whenever those went up? Like, did you get it from Amazon or Best Buy or what?
He stole it
Amazon
from Amazon.
application.
Oh, okay, so you got it from Amazon.
Yeah,
I could have
look.
gotten the PS5 because I had it pre-ordered on Amazon.
Oh, but you just cancel it then.
Yeah, because I didn't really see the point because like there wasn't really that many games launch.
But yeah, we learned
The only game that had me interested was Demon Souls, but like that's like a $70 game. Why that? I don't like that. That's $70. Nah.
Yeah, that $70 does
I'm already.
seem. It's
That's
just,
like $600. I'm be wasting.
Well, the thing is, I already bought Final Fantasy 7 for like $30, so
Yeah,
plus
I have
the
Final
employee
Fantasy 7 too.
discount on the PS5, so I don't have to spend. So I just literally spent like $4.99 on the PS5.
well, okay, you had the
Nice.
discount and stuff, which I guess most people probably wouldn't have that. Yeah, but with this upgrade, it wasn't just better graphics and stuff that we normally with the ray tracing.
Yeah,
and all
they
that
know
stuff.
they went ham on them explaining what went into the upgrade.
Yeah.
The textures got touched. The frame rate, it went from a solid 30 on PS4 Pro to 60 FPS, which is like, whoa, how'd you guys do that? And the graphics, the lighting got reworked a bit. They added a picture mode, and then there was like a bonus episode with Yuffie.
Yeah, so that bonus episode, I think that was the main selling point, and that's the thing that got a lot of people hyped about it, which basically is going to be treated like DLC, but the catch is it's only available for PS5, meaning that all those people that had the baseline PS4 version, they can't get this DLC until they get themselves a PS5. Luckily, Mario over here
Yeah.
can actually get it.
That's
But
right.
the rest of the people that got it with only a PS4, it kind of sucks. But I think the thing that probably blows the most with that is the matter of fact that this is only a year-old game that's getting an upgrade, and you already got DLC that ain't gonna actually work with the baseline stuff that it originally sort of kind of launched on. So I guess that sort of kind of aspect is rubbing people the wrong way though. But this kind of does confirm that the rest of the Final Fantasy VII Remake, for however many more games they're gonna make, is basically all gonna be basically based on the PlayStation 5 at this point moving forward though.
Well, at least you can like upgrade the remake to the PS5 for free, which is pretty nice.
That's probably the nicest news
Yeah.
out of all of it.
And then there came the other news about FF7.
Okay, first was none other than the First Soldier, which the first of two different mobile games, which basically almost is like the
Where
Call of Duty
we
version
dropping
of
boys.
Final Fantasy VII.
No. It was not. It's not Call of Duty. It's basically Fortnite Battle Royale where we're dropping boys.
Goodness,
Midgar.
And I was like, what the heck?
Shinra buildings.
And they basically
Oh my
placed this
God.
like I guess in terms of the timeline, this is basically everything that would have happened years before the events of what actually happened within Final Fantasy VII, like the whole soldier program. That's what the whole basic premise, or at least the plot of what was basically happening within this one type of a mobile game.
I thought the first soldier was gonna be like a game about Sephiroth and you play as him. But nah, you were just some random ass soldier.
You random old soldier just running on this field like shoot him up, and get him up.
Yeah, that's the part that gets me. You're just shooting people with guns.
Let's shoot him up, get him off this field.
Swordsman?
Oh shit.
Where's
Dude,
that
I want-
swordsman?
Swordsman.
I want Sephiroth to
people
do
just
the
use guns here.
Fortnite dance in this game.
Oh no.
All right,
We can't.
anyways, this was definitely the worst one. So
It
let's
was
skip to the other one.
It was the worst one. However, I did like the trailer with the music though. They made it seem like seemed like it was gonna be a bigger thing, and then I saw that I was like, oh shoot. But the next
I saw it, and then like This is running on PC. There's no way this game's gonna run that smooth on on Android devices.
Yeah. So it's weird. They can. It's just weird with that smaller screen and everything. Though I don't know. It's something I kind of want
No,
to play with an actual controller though. But yeah, we'll see about that. I can see this game getting ported, but we'll have to see.
no. The other game I definitely want it to be ported,
I
which
do
is Ever
too,
Crisis.
because Ever Crisis holds shoot with this one,
It's a remake of Final Fantasy VII,
the
but it stays
OG,
true to it.
the OG
It
remake
stays
of
true
the
to the
OG.
OG one.
Yeah, and it cleans up like a lot of all the models are sort of kind of cleaned up though, and it's not even like the overworld gives you that nostalgia from the OG games, but then when you go in battle and you actually look what's actually on the screen, this is what it actually looks in battle. It looks pretty sick, almost basically to the level like what Final Fantasy VII Remake almost looks like. It's kind of sick. I'm like, oh shoot. And the crazy thing about this is it's not just over Final Fantasy VII, the baseline games. It's about almost
Yeah.
everything. Crisis Core, Advent Children, the whole kit and caboodle between all those different things that basically told out the whole Final Fantasy VII.
Dirge of Cerberus.
Before Crisis.
Man, and I was like,
Yeah.
and the matter of fact, this is
AC,
going to be,
BC, CC, DC.
yeah. And the matter of fact, it's going to be episodic as well, meaning that it's basically going to be something that's going to be constantly upgraded or updated, more likely, updated over time to give you more
I
bits and
don't-
pieces
Double
overall.
I don't get why they released it on mobile. Like, no, it was really
Now, I feel like the reason
on like platforms other than mobile.
I feel like the reason why they did it is number one, you can hit a wider audience by releasing it as a mobile game though. But didn't Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition do the same thing? It was episodic when it was on mobile, and when it was all finished, they put all the episodes into one, and that's what we have on the Switch. Like they ported it to consoles after that. So I feel like Square might try to do
Yeah.
the same thing. Do this episodic, have it all on the phone, but when it's all said and done and everything is done, then I feel like they'll go ahead and port it to consoles and PC and all that stuff. I would not be shocked and surprised if they do that. So I guess the episodic nature and stuff will actually sort of kind of hold people over until like we get more Final Fantasy VII Remake related stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so some pretty good stuff. I'm with you on that one. I'm ready to play this whenever it does drop. I don't play a lot of mobile games, but this one's one I'm willing to bite the bullet up on though. But any other thoughts on the Final Fantasy VII stuff?
Con Gaga.
They better stay true to it. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think they will. I'm not worrying about this one too much though, because the next one, well, we talked about it, but we got to talk about it some more because this week we had the Pokemon Presents presentation, and me and Sakurai. I was about to say me and Sakurai.
Your daddy
Yeah,
Sakurai.
your uncle works at Nintendo. That's how you can talk with Sakurai. Actually,
Bro. But yeah, me and Sanikyu over here, we actually gave our whole entire discussion because if we were to say everything we wanted to within this podcast, it would have been so long to where it probably would have been like a 3-hour long podcast instead of a 2-hour that we shoot for. So we have a whole video with me and Sonicu's thoughts up on it though, but we didn't get to hear Mario's thoughts. So I want to hear his thoughts before we sort of kind of remind him what we actually said. So what do you think about the DP remakes, man?
I guess it's alright.
Yes, it's all right. Is it everything you hoped and lived up for the hashtag Cinema remakes confirmed and all that stuff?
Well, as
Hell
long as
no.
I mean, as long as I can play them in a pro on the first time, then yeah, as long as it looks good.
Wait a minute,
I mean, I
you-
kind of like the chibi aspect of the game.
Hold on here. You said the first time. Did you play Platinum, or was that the only thing you played?
He never played Gen 4.
What the
Seen Sugar Connor's Let's Play.
freak, man? What the?
He never
frick?
played Gen 4.
No.
He just saw Let's Play.
No. It's about time we say goodbye to Mario on the stream on the podcast because no. You cannot say you didn't play Gen 4 at all, period, man. And then you turn around and play what was the next thing you
No,
played?
it's not
Gen
right that
5?
he didn't play. It's why he didn't play Gen 4. It's the fact that he watched a Let's Play of it.
That too stings me more. I was like, it's one thing if you would have just absolutely missed out on it, and it's a whole nother thing whenever you just say you watched a Let's Play, and I'm like, bro,
Dude, just get Platinum.
Nah, I'll just get the remake.
I mean, the remake.
It's not even a good one.
The remake to me, it looks cool. I like how it stays original and true. Although, honestly, and I've still been sitting and contemplating this since we had that whole discussion, Sanikyu. I'm just thinking, I'm like, it's something about, golly, it's something either with that art style or the chibiness. I'm like, part of me digs it, and the other part of me is like, what the heck? And it might be the coloring too. I don't know. Because honestly, I was thinking with these remakes, I thought they were going to be somewhat similar, but a little bit different from the way how Let's Go was presented. Like, I didn't think they were going to be that chibi. And then when I saw them this chibi, I was like, I was flabbergasted because I was excited when I saw the DS booting up with the original Diamond and Pearl on there. And then I saw that and I was like, dang. I was like, they just flipped it on me though, but goodness. Shoot. Well, that's probably all I can say without repeating what I said before.
At first glance, it really does look like a disappointment.
But yeah, oh shoot. But yeah, I think that's all I got to say on that. Do you have anything else to say, Mario, before we moved on to the next Pokemon announcement?
Nothing much. Can't wait to play the remake.
Alrighty. And then the next one.
Go play the original ones.
And then the next one caught me completely by surprise.
Like $70.
Oh shoot, we managed to finally get the Breath of the Wild within Pokemon. It's finally here. They deep dive on Sinnoh's lore even more.
So I do have some extra thoughts on that.
All right, well you might as well go ahead.
What if they actually started development on that after the whole fiasco from E3?
So they started it then, even though they actually still had people to still sort of kind of keep going through and working on Sword and Shield itself. Do you think that's as early as they started working on it? Or maybe that's the reason why they weren't able to do
you have to
everything.
Remember that is because you have to remember that E3 in particular caused a very big stink. Like you couldn't I remember it was all over social media. You couldn't go anywhere without seeing people say, "Oh, what the heck is Game Freak doing? Whatever. Why did they cut that in the national deck?" I thought this was gonna be like Breath of the Wild because that was around the time where you'd start seeing images of Pokemon Trainer and Breath of the Wild shedding.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they took that to heart.
I guess they might have, or
I don't know. You see all these other all these other Nintendo IP, all these other Nintendo properties, Mario making the jump to Odyssey, Zelda, they're not really abandoning, but changing the formula up a bit with Breath of the Wild. And then you see Pokemon.
Yeah.
They're still doing the exact same thing. To me, Sword and Shield looked like a 3DS game.
Wait, Sonic,
Same thing, but on the 3DS.
Hmm. Yeah, so you're basically saying.
I think that's what. So either it was after E3, where they started listening to to what people were saying, or if it was before, then maybe this is the game that they've been wanting to make. Because this is a single player RPG, not like you can go online and play against other people or trade.
Okay. Yeah, because I was I was looking at this and I was like, yeah, it does definitely seem more single player based, and it honestly makes me think, is this going to be a game series where they're going to be able to make a whole new series? It seems like Let's Go might get its own series. You have the original line, and then you have the remakes. But could they actually manage to make a fourth series that's based purely on a sort of kind of pseudo Breath of the Wild like environment? And maybe they'll incorporate some of this stuff within the newer, most recent gens moving forward, though. But maybe could they have a new Legend series and always explain older stuff, or just throw like Gen 4 is getting the Legend treatment. Could we get the same time when the Gen 5 remake comes in 6 years? Don't if and nor but me about it. It's literally gonna be 6 years from now, so y'all just wait and hold your horses. But for Gen 5, could we get a Legends treatment for that and explain like all the stuff within and his ideals and stuff about truth and ideals and stuff with Zekrom and Reshiram and stuff back in the past. I feel like the Legends thing opens the road to like a lot more possibilities than the normal face value that what we see right now, though. But that's just me. But Mario, did you have anything to say?
You hear Mario?
You know what?
I am here, but it's just that Zord's cutting
Yeah, he
off a
keeps cutting
lot.
in and out.
Okay, hold on here. Let me see if I can fix this real quick. Let me see if I can fix it real quick. Because I think I almost lost him for a brief second. Wait, can y'all hear me now? Good grief. But anyway, so in the meantime, while I'm trying to connect back to him, though, but yeah, there's quite a bit of stuff that's happening within Pokemon Legends Arceus like that I'm really looking forward to as well, though. So hopefully this game actually lives up to the hype that it's supposed to be, because I mean there's honestly some really good things coming down within this series, though. All right, now can y'all hear me? I guess I'm having some more technical difficulties. Try to still go ahead and shoot around the bush and try to figure out exactly what's going on, though. But honestly, some really good stuff right there. Some really good stuff that was showcased off in that. So if y'all hadn't already done so, y'all can actually go ahead and listen to that conversation that me and Sanikyu actually managed to do for everything that was related with everything relating with the Pokemon Presents presentation that they were basically that they were doing within this whole entire thing, though. So yeah, so honestly some really good stuff. Now, let me see if I can get him back in here one more time. There we go. All right, now y'all can hear me.
Yeah, what the heck
Okay.
was going on, huh?
Oh, you know what? It might have been me showing the trailer all for the Pokemon stuff.
What, did you remember to at least mute it?
Let me see here. I think
Did you mute the trailer so they
you know what?
can listen to us?
I think it was muted because I muted. Yeah, because the settings I had it muted down on, I think originally, unless someone actually goes back and actually watches it, though. But it's the same settings as what I had during the last thing, so I think they carry over. You know how OBS saves anything, and I don't remember turning those volumes back up, so I think they were down.
OBS is gay. I hate it.
I don't know. It's weird. It's good about saving stuff, but if you just don't happen to catch it while you're going live, yeah, that can be a thing. That can be a thing. But yeah, I think that was about it in terms of the Sakurai stuff, though. So, I mean, why do I keep saying Sakurai in terms of the Pokemon Presents stuff? But y'all have any other last thoughts on that before we move on to the next topic?
Wait, what? What
Uh,
were we talking about?
it was the last little stuff with Pokemon Legends.
Nah.
Okay. All right. That's what I thought. All right. So moving on to the next little thing. We started kind of running to like the rapid fire topics because there's not like a lot to discuss about certain things, though. But the next thing we had was none other than a Sakurai Presents presentation was presented, and it's actually going to come out on March the 4th. When was it? March the 4th, roughly around in the morning time, for all of us that are living here in the United States. I think the thing goes live either 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, if memory serves me right, though. But in terms of everybody else, I do not exactly know, their own respective times you're able to.
Oh, thanks. I don't know.
But I'll be able to watch it live. I know Mario will be able to watch it live. But will you be able to watch it live, Mario? Or not Mario, Sonic?
I should be able to. I just gotta wake up a little bit earlier.
I got you.
Which I'm not looking forward to.
Oh,
But
to the waking up
they
early?
got more streamers they represented.
But that Xenoblade representation, Sanikyu, you're ready for it.
Yeah, but we already have Xenoblade representation. We got me costumes of Rex and Nia. We got Shunk.
Sir, don't act like you
Yeah.
weren't losing your mind when Pyra and Mithra were showing up on that thing.
Well, yeah, I was. I had like the
So you're
biggest
talking out of
grin on
both
my
sides
face.
of your mouth. That's what I'm catching you doing over there.
I had the biggest grin on my face. I was so happy.
Energy.
The character I wanted to be in Smash got in. Because all these other characters, like, oh, these are pretty cool. And like, I didn't expect that. And then, and then they put in Pyra and Mister. I'm like, oh shoot, oh shit, they're here. The Zito babes, the Zito waifus, they're in. She's in.
They're in, boys, they're in. And I was like, okay. I was like, oh. I was like, thank goodness. I was like, thank goodness they're in, because I was like, oh.
My biggest wish is that uh they get released on the same day, just like later in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
No. Make it on
That's what I
Friday.
wish.
I mean,
Or at the very least,
wasn't that basically the same thing as like what Sephiroth did? I can't remember exactly when he dropped, but wasn't he
games
on?
released in December, not on the same day they showed him off on.
Okay. Oh no, never mind, because that was during the Game Awards. So yeah, you're right. No, I was about to say, because if they did, that would have been something. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the information. I think in terms of their alts, I feel like we're gonna get both of them with green hair to represent their third form. You're gonna get the color swaps with Mithra with red hair, Pyra with blonde hair. That's gonna be another one. You obviously got their
I
regular
totally
forms,
got that one.
and they're getting to get their swimsuits. I feel like those four are confirmed. I just don't know about the other four.
And I'm pretty sure that's yeah. They
Publicly
need to
by
have their swimsuits.
They really do need it. Or at least I'm really hoping though. But I feel like they can't. But the question is, if they were afraid to show Mithra's legs and stuff, like they gonna go full blown out with their swimsuits for Pyra and Mithra? I don't know, but it'll be interesting nonetheless. I mean, Zero Suit Samus is able to show all that skin, so they better let my girls show more skin. I mean, it's all about that skin.
Nah.
Oh,
Keep it
yeah.
censored.
No,
This,
no.
the game is for good boys and girls.
Sir,
Yeah,
we
particularly in
we
Pyra.
ain't even gonna open up that can of worms with the way how people have been reacting to them being included up in there. Oh
Those
shit!
people are dumb.
I was like, no, I just can't. I just can't. I can only tolerate so much. Truly, only so much. But yeah, that's basically it on that. So you're probably gonna hear more of our full thoughts of how the character plays. I mean, honestly, by the time the next podcast comes around, the characters might actually have dropped by then. Probably get to see the stage in action, get to see the characters, how well they play, how well they're able to combo, all of that kind of stuff. All the extra music that they got to choose and stuff, and then even some of the extra Mii costumes that they're gonna put in within this update though. So that might all be in by the next time we have the next podcast. So that'll probably be a good chunk of it though. But I think that's basically all we have to say on that, though. All right, and then moving on to the next thing. In terms of the new game segments, I just want to go ahead and give a quick nod to these two games that just recently dropped out this week. And you'll probably hear more about it within some type of a future podcast coming up in the future, though, because the first thing we got was Persona 5 Strikers. I actually picked up the game at my local Best Buy. I got the game on Tuesday that it dropped because Atlas was being weird, and the digital deluxe, for some oddball reason, dropped on the Friday, and Sylveon over here managed to play it all early and stuff, and I was like, bro, I don't know why Atlas is acting all dumb like that, though, and I have to wait for my physical edition because people thought I was crazy because I wanted to get it for that steel book, but
Atlas has always been like that, though. Like, they only printed so many copies of Persona Q2 on like the special edition, and that like I remember because my GameStop only got like 2, and that was it.
Really, dang.
Rip.
Yeah.
And I guess Mario, you still need to play Persona. I think, did you have Persona 5? Did you buy it and just kind of sitting on your shelf?
No, he watched a Let's Play.
Bro,
I got Persona 5 R, so I don't know too much about it.
Oh goodness, I can't believe you watched the Let's Play
No,
of it,
you should have. He should have. It would have been funny.
bro.
But it's
I
like
played
Lord
Persona
Doubts,
5.
but isn't it a kind of like a branch story? So there's like different shit
No,
going on.
Persona 5 R, like, it has the vanilla, and then it adds, like, at least 20 more hours of gameplay to, like, the original one, I think. Or it was a 10, I don't remember. It, like, the game ends, like, after the new year, because that's when you leave, that town, like with all the other Persona games. But I'm guessing that this one's gonna take a few more months afterwards, because I haven't played Persona 5 R, I only played the original.
Yeah, because at the end of Persona, I guess without giving too many spoilers away, basically it's like okay, they're at a summer trip or whatever though, and then literally Persona 5 into that's based on Persona 5 Vanilla's ending. From Persona 5 to Persona 5 Scramble, it's like that's the summer trip, and it's literally going right off the heels of that, and that's where Scramble is basically almost picking up off of. So yeah, that basically kind of gives you a sort of kind of time reference from going from five to
I'm pretty
Scramble.
sure Scramble doesn't like cover any of the things in Persona 5 R. They only it's a true sequel to
Yeah,
to
the
the
vanilla.
vanilla Persona
Yeah,
5.
yeah, that's what I've
Because
been
you don't,
hearing.
yeah, I don't get why that is, but whatever. I guess that makes Persona 5 R non-canon.
Yeah, essentially, it sort of kind of does, or its own branch off story though. So yeah, so hopefully by the next time we have this podcast, probably within the next couple of weeks or so, I would have gone through the game. And I'm able to actually give like sort of kind of like my impressions of what I'm thinking about the game though. But a lot of crazy things, personal things, and just me personally not having time between those two major things. And y'all know about half of it, and then the other half only I know about. But between all of that, I have not been able to get through and actually even boot up the game or even crack it out of the seal and stick it in my Switch though. So hopefully by the next podcast, I would have played it. I'll be able to give more thoughts on it though. And then the second game is none other than Bravely Default 2, which is
I
personally,
have the game,
yeah.
but I just want to beat the first one like first.
So yeah, so I want to hear his thoughts on that because that was another game I was actually almost looking forward to, and a game I probably was almost about to get. But then we had Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury and Persona 5 Scrambled and Bravely Default 2 dropping all out in the month of February. And I was like, there's no way I can get 3 games. I can get 2, but I can't get 3. So ultimately it got, it got the shorter end of the stick though. But maybe depending on if I
So
get a certain, game drought, I might be able to go back and get Bravely Default 2. We'll see.
so about Bravely Default 2, there's been like some like I don't know, some stink about it where JRPG fan like not even JRPG fans, like casual people are like getting mad about the grinding. And then these other people that say, well, yeah, well, you should know better because it's a JRPG. To me, I feel like the grinding part should not be required, like
Mm-hmm.
because there are some JRPGs out there that don't require any grinding and reward skilled playing at lower levels. To me, I feel like grinding in JRPGs should be a crutch, like you get to a certain boss and you can't beat him because you're under leveled, so you grind to beat him. Not the whole game should not be you just grinding because the game is like progressively getting harder, which it should be at a point, but not too excessive to the point where you can't like progress anywhere.
Yeah. There's always like a fine balance you have to do. It's like you want the player to earn it, but at the same time, you just don't want it to get like
I think the
hammered.
game that exemplifies what you just said is Dragon Quest 11 because there's not really that much grinding in that game.
There really isn't, to be honest. Like the only grinding you probably have to do, I think, is that the true
Was the
end,
Kraken,
the true end boss. I feel like most
the
people,
cracking, and the post game.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
the Kraken, yeah. I think that Kraken
there were
actually
some
beat me the
people that
first
did. There were
time.
some people that there was some people that did struggle on that one.
Mm,
You should, they should. Those people that struggled on that Kraken should definitely play Dragon Quest 8. Then there's a Kraken in that one too.
bruh. I hate that Kraken the first time I tried to fight it, but then like the other time I think I fought it, it was all right. But Yeah, oh shoot. But yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of the recent release games that came out though. But I think that's basically all we have to say on that. And then
Yep.
moving on to the very last thing, the last little major highlight I wanted to give out in this podcast for tonight is my experience with Bowser's Fury. And
Oh, let me get out because I do want to experience that, like, going blind a little bit.
oh, you want to go blind? All right. Well,
Yeah.
I'll at you
Have
whenever
seen the
I'm
leak?
I'll at you whenever I'm done giving my thoughts. It ain't gonna be too spoilery. It's like context without too much stuff, but it will
Yeah,
be
because like the only
enough.
thing I
Yeah.
know about Bowser's Fury is that it takes the Odyssey approach, and it's just one big level. Like there's not really that much loading from what
Yeah.
I've heard.
Yeah. So
All right.
basically, all right. So I think he's about to dip out though. So I'll go ahead and describe my thoughts, and we'll bring it back in there once we're about to close everything out though. So with the Bowser's Fury stuff, whole freaking shoot. At least with this one, I really love this experience. I'm not 100% done with this game because I do want 100% the thing and get all 100 cat shines, but at the same exact time, I managed to get over 50. I think I'm at 53 cat shines. So I was like, I seen a good chunk of the amount of things, and I think 50 is what it takes in order for you to actually beat the whole entire game. So I was like, okay, I can beat Bowser at any point. And I managed to get 53 cat shines within one run. I think I might have dropped somewhere between an hour or two. Maybe it was exactly like maybe 2 hours or something like that I dropped in on this game though. So I really loved the whole thing. The matter of fact, it was absolutely seamless, and the fact that you can move from one island to the other, I think it just goes to show the direction that Mario could be heading. Because imagine the scope of what is like a Mario Odyssey, but then let's just say we're just gonna put all that together within one plane and basically almost treat Mario Odyssey and almost give it like that Breath of the Wild treatment. That's what this game almost felt like. The matter of fact that you were going around collecting different cat shines, and then like roughly about almost every 7 to 9 minutes or something like that, Fury Bowser got to pop up, burning you, burning you alive with the fire. You had to duck underneath cover and stuff. I mean, there was just really cool moments like that. I love the fact that they added in the photography mode where you're able to take pictures and stuff, because I could tell at least with this game, it was taking a hit on the Switch, because there were some moments I think in certain areas of the game where if you're running through, you actually managed to drop some frames. And I do know on the Switch, if you're playing it in dock, it's 60 frames per second, and if you're in handheld mode, it's like 30 frames per second though. So really, they had some really cool moments up in there though. I really did like Bowser Jr. sort of kind of assisting you. At least for me personally, I had him assist me just a little bit, just to kind of get the experience of it. But I didn't do too much on it though, because otherwise I would have felt like I'd have been sort of kind of like almost cheesing through the game though. But did you say something, Mario?
Oh, I just seen the gameplay from the leaks.
Oh yeah.
Someone streaming it when it came out, so I decided to just look at it.
Oh,
And yeah, that looks pretty alright.
but were you ever gonna get it?
I don't plan on getting 3D World, to be honest. I got like so much games
Dang.
I need to
Alright.
play.
Man, I wish there was a way how you could have just played the Fury Bowser experience, because it's been something. It's been truly something. And if you like getting all those different moons and stuff like what you normally did within Mario Odyssey, you're pretty much gonna like the cat shines. I mean, you got those traditional
Never
ones where
again.
it's like you have to get like 5 different cat shine collectibles to actually make like a real cat shine. And there was moments like that though, and the big highlight was obviously every time you got to duke it out with Fury Bowser when you got the Giga Bell. Because I think every now and then there was like a certain threshold, like you get 5 cat shines, then the next time it's like 15 and so forth. You got to have those major duke down moments. And it just really felt like a moment that you probably would see like in Godzilla versus Kong. Like you got to see like the area around you shrink down in scale because you were so much bigger along with Bowser. Oh gosh, I just love those little fighting sequences though, and I can't wait to actually see how it actually concludes when you do the final fight with Bowser though, because I think I have like a couple more fights I have to do against him in order to kind of get to the normal ending though. But honestly, I really loved everything that was almost presented in this thing, And gosh, if I had to rank just this one experience alone, just kind of recalling back what was actually shown on my Mario tier list back in the day whenever I did it with Alexis, Sanikyu, and I don't even think you were there, Mario, whenever we did that though. But I think I'll put it somewhere below Odyssey. Like 64 to me was at the top, and then I think I had Odyssey, and then after that I think was Galaxy 2, if memory serves me right. So it's really, for me, like, I think this, it's either slightly above or slightly below Galaxy 2, but definitely not above Odyssey or where I would have put Mario 64. But that's basically where I put this experience, because I just love that element of always having to be wary when Bowser pops out, and he always drastically changes the environments from the blocks that he made to fall down, that you had him breathing fire and you had to take cover behind the stuff. So honestly, some really good stuff that was showcased off within Fury Bowser though, and I'm curious whether or not they will obviously incorporate like the big open world aspect to what could be a big new future 3D Mario game that could be like an Odyssey 2 or whatever in the future, or if they will actually take this approach and do like smaller scale Mario games like this. Like, this game is only 3 hours to beat, 6 hours to actually 100%. Whether they do like smaller scale games like this and attach them to other future Mario games like this in the future, though. I don't know exactly which kind of pathway they might actually take with it, though. But I mean, some really good stuff that they showed off in here, though. So, you know what? If you hadn't already played it, go ahead and play it. And also, I have to add this one last little thing. 3D World officially is by far, at least in my own opinion, the original baseline 3D Mario is my least favorite 3D Mario out of the whole entire series. At first, it was Sunshine, but now that I've gone through and played every single one, I'm like, nope, I actually have to put 3D World lower than Sunshine. I never thought I would say that, but I have to, because I was like, unless you're playing that game with some friends, it was actually pretty bland. If you want to hear any of my other like initial thoughts on it, I did mention some more thoughts on the last ZardCast episode, I think episode 3, where we talked mostly on the 3D World side of things. And then this one that I did was just purely on Bowser's Fury, though. But did you have anything else you wanted to say, Mario, based on what you saw or anything I previously said?
I got nothing much to say about 3D World. Well, I'm gonna get Silver in here so he can talk smack about you for talking shit
No,
on
no,
3D World.
no, no, no. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that here, man. We ain't gonna do it, because I know how much he likes that game, but there's just I just don't understand it. Like, I got through all the 3D World, and I was like, okay, you know what? I was like, it was a nice little experience, but it's nothing head over heels to fall in love with, or nothing crazy like that. Because normally when I play a Mario game, I normally get enthralled in it. Like, I get super excited, I get super happy with it. But 3D World, for me, it just wasn't. It just wasn't doing it for me personally.
Don't let Silver hear you say
We were
that.
just talking about
Yep.
that, and I was like, nope, no, 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 no. He can hear it, but I ain't gonna put up with it. I ain't gonna put up with it. Y'all know it's true. Y'all know it's true. But yeah, that's basically does it in terms of the Bowser Fury segment. So we got you back, Sonic U, and I think that about does it in terms of all the topics I had in terms of this ZardCast episode tonight, though. So any other concluding thoughts that you want to say before we go ahead and do the outros?
Go buy Dragon Quest 11S. Yeah, go buy Dragon Quest.
All right, he always says that. And what about you, Mario?
I don't have anything much else to say.
Silver's Angie.
Yeah, I'm gonna snitch on you for that tomorrow.
Do it, I dare you. And I was like, no. He already knew it was coming. He already knew it was coming. I was like, no, he ain't gonna say nothing to me that I hadn't heard before, though. But yeah. So that's basically gonna do it in terms of this ZardCast episode 4 that we did. So we just about to wrap up, though. So where can they find you at, Sonic Q?
Just follow me on Twitter. I need more followers.
The man needs more followers. Go follow him.
And if you like seeing Xenoblade art, I like retweeting a whole bunch of it. That's basically
Iris thickness.
Yeah, I like retweeting Pyre. I like Pyre, you know? I also like to retweet sometimes a Konosuba, especially Aqua, s- NSFW. Sorry about that.
I know you be putting that stuff on the
I,
timeline, and I'm like, bruh, I can't.
yeah, but you already know how I be with Aqua. You would say anything if I retweeted some Darkness NSFW though.
Well, shoot,
Mm-hmm.
I can't talk about that on the podcast. I really can't. But
What about Mr. What about Mr.
and
Huh?
I can't do
What are
that
they
here.
gonna do? Cancel you?
Not here, not here. We can't do it. Not
Uh,
here, not here. We'll talk about it after this is off the air. After it's off the air, then we can talk about it. All right, Mario, where can they find you at?
You can find me on Twitter at expert underscores knows and on my YouTube channel, Saga Team Studios. Go watch my Love Live animation.
uh,
I give you props, even though
yeah.
I'm not a big fan of it though. I know it takes some hardcore dedication and in terms of actually animating and doing all that stuff because it seems like it's not an easy long process to actually make those kind of videos because they wind up being like what 30-second videos on your end.
Well, it's kind of easy to be honest. The thing is, I just get kind of lazy when I'm animating.
Because I heard it kind of took you a long time in order to kind of get it going. Maybe you have more of a rhythm for it now, so I guess you're able to do it easier. Is just I guess time is the
Well,
big
I got
enemy
a brand
involved.
new laptop, so I'll probably make things much more faster.
I gotcha.
I
Well,
wanna. I just want. I just want Pyro to be real, man.
if Mithra is real, man, oh shoot, this channel wouldn't even be real. This channel wouldn't even be real because I'll be doing so much stuff with her. I wouldn't have time for nothing else.
Bruh.
I wouldn't have time for nothing else. All the free
Uh
time would go to
oh.
her. Well,
Uh
anyway,
oh.
that's gonna about do it in terms of this podcast though. So if you really like this video, make sure to go ahead and hit that like button, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that bell to stay up to date on all things video game related, pop culture related, anything else I feel like discussing, y'all. So I'll see y'all next week for the big number, or not next week, a couple weeks from now, the big ZardCast episode 5. So remember, y'all, until whatever video I make next, see y'all.